Good morning, good afternoon, and go fuck yourself. We'll let this roll a little bit, let a few people get in here, and we'll get right down to business on the Mandela effect. Or maybe we won't. The nose knows. All righty then. So let's come on and come on. I was watching this. Let's see. I was watching this, and put me in solo, so I can't get copyright. And this particular video covers quite a few things. Some of them I'm familiar with, some of them I'm not. But the let's see, go back to here. But here's the deal about Mandela effects. For one, there's proof. Has been proof come out that a lot. I mean, it was originally named the Mandela effects because of Nelson Mandela. A lot of people remember him um, died in prison and not getting out and going on to be elected the president and massive fucking reform and blah blah blah. Um, and therefore, that's three, two separate memories. Fucking the Mandela effect. Um, but a lot of these like to deal with the fruit of the balloons has been fucking there's proof that the CIA was behind it. The CIA has been behind several, especially with major brands in this country, to uh, change history, let's say, or to affect it. And but it's a form of gaslighting to cause common, everyday, normal fucking people to question their own life events, things that they, have experienced and seen, and all of that. Um, it is, especially in the line of, the bosses telling you, no, this never happened, or that's not the case, or that's not what we're doing. What's up, sweet ass? It's sugar. Um, passing through to say hello. We'll bump that thumb, and I appreciate you, doll. Um, but one of these effects is on Freddy Krueger here. Now, I remember it correctly, but I've had some that I know that I remember it correctly, and what the narrative is that my memory is wrong. And in some cases, just like with the Fruit Balloon deal, um, that lady went and dug through fucking years of clothes and finally found the cornucopia, and that's where it come out that um, they had worked with the CIA to cause this Mandela effect. Now they didn't say why they participated; they just said it was a CIA deal. But anyway, we're going to play this little bit of a clip on this one. It's from Internet City or something.
Yeah.
So it could be like saying like his name is Jealous,
But
not that being his actual name,
yeah,
but like
meaning something else.
Yeah. I think it could be something like that too.
Toby, appreciate the sub.
The passage he is referring to states, "Do not worship any,"
Even though it's like that.
Yeah.
in the Bible.
Could be a translation to
Krueger's
English
sweater.
problem.
This Mandela effect is controversial and debated online. It's in reference to Freddy Krueger and his.
Oh, I remember just black and red stripes.
Black and red, yeah.
That's all I remember. Black and red stripes. And
now, what colors do you remember? They're talking that Freddy Krueger's sweater was black and red. I've not heard this one till today, but I know for a fact it was not black and red. So, anybody have an opinion on that? Was it purple? Was it yellow and red? How about brown and red? No. Green and red?
Was it turtleneck?
Yeah, I think it was a turtleneck.
Iconic.
No, it wasn't a turtleneck. So, I know that for sure now. It was a high collar. It wasn't a V-neck, but it was no turtleneck. Do we know what turtleneck is around here? I don't know. There's a little clip of it. I'll let it play on out. See if you can
stripes on his sweater. Now, do you remember the stripes being?
Oh, red and green.
Sweaters were always red and green. Those some vividly remember red.
Now they go on to remember some of the proper ways it was. And then the next one will be, I believe, the little salt girl, Morton Salt. Now, how do y'all remember Morton Salt girl? She walking with an umbrella. Is she in a raincoat and rain boots? Is she carrying a pair of boots? Is she carrying salt? Is she carrying salt that is spilling out behind her? Now, and this one here, I know for a fact is I know for a fact, man, the way it was, and this is one of the effects that I guess you could say affects me, because what they end on is not the fact of the matter. I mean, like the cornucopia on Fruit Balloons.
And it also could have been a lighting at the time we saw that nigga.
It could have been a lighting. I don't have 1,000.
Oh, they were. Oh, I thought these would be more.
Wearing a yellow dress, and she doesn't have on rain boots either.
Memory was red Yeah, it's red and green because of the shoes.
Yep. Some places
it's just a dark green.
Yeah, it's just a dark green. Yeah, it's red and green.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah, that.
I mean, why them shoes 138,000?
Oh, they were super limited.
Whoa! Freddy Krueger dunks are 100. They not that, bro.
Oh, you think that's bad? Hold on. Sorry, chat. We got to take a little sidetrack.
What else is there?
I'm about to pull them out right now.
Morton Salt Girls raincoat. This might be a good
They're
one.
138, right?
Yeah, 138,000 for some shoes.
For some shoes?
I thought these would be more. 89.
Man.
For the Paris.
Man.
Salt Girls raincoat. You guys probably know this famous salt brand, right? Yep. Depicting a girl in a yellow raincoat and boots carrying.
I remember it like this.
It's a very iconic logo.
And I also remember that salt being a boot one time.
Though tons of people aren't remembering it the way it is today. The Morton Salt Girl is actually blonde and is simply wearing a yellow dress, and she doesn't have on rain boots either. Surprising, isn't it?
Nope.
Though I have to say,
y'all believe that? Is that the Morton girl y'all remember? Nope. And see, this is the first spin on, or the second spin on the Morton Salt Girl. The first one I heard, and you can see in this picture, or at least extrapolate from what is in the pit that you can see that's not overlaid by their deal, that the box of salt is open and spilling out behind the little girl. Or I've seen the Mandela effect that says that that ain't the case. And then this guy mentions that he remembers at one point that it was a boot. Well, I know for a fact she's wearing yellow rubber boots, has a raincoat on, and they say that this girl was just blonde-headed, so everybody just assumed her dress was yada. Well, this picture don't make sense. With the raincoat and the little hood, the billed little raincoat and yellow galoshes, like it was or is what it is. This picture that they've got up here is not the true representation, even though they may have just currently changed it as such.
The combination of the same color hair and dress make it look like she's wearing a raincoat. Add the umbrella and rain, and yeah, this seems like an easy thing to remember.
Yeah,
what do you guys recall?
I can see that.
I remember Jesse's famous line in Breaking Bad.
Whoa!
Hey, it's your time to shine, bro. Okay. It's your time to shine, bro.
Are y'all watching Scary Stories?
In this one, and I had watched the majority of Breaking Bad, but I am not a avid an avid what would you call it? Or I guess we'll call him a Breaking Bad junkie. I'm familiar. I'm not an aficionado. I'm not any of that. I don't claim to be able to recite their lines or fucking none of that shit. But I'm with these guys on this one here too, because I do have the memory of that.
We're gonna get to. We start off with Mandela.
Follows a dad with terminal lung cancer as he goes down a dark path in the drug business, changing him and his family. It's one of my favorite.
Which line are we talking about?
Now, do you remember a scene in the show where Mr. White does something smart using his chemistry knowledge, and Jesse replies with, "Yeah, science, bitch." And
do you remember that one? Yeah, science, bitch. I do. I remember it well. Very well. So, and their explanation as it goes on, or their accountants of why that ain't the case, all adds up. The what they end up with is being what is supposed to be reality don't really fucking add up to me.
I think so. I think okay.
Enthusiastically.
Okay.
Well, sad to say, this line doesn't appear any time in the entire 5-season span of the show. Not
Whoa, nah, no, you can't do this to me. It was there. He's definitely said that at least once. He said that at least once. It's no.
even once. The closest thing found is a scene where Jesse states, "Yeah, Mr. White, yeah, science," very awkwardly. And
no, that's not Jesse. That's not Jesse. Y'all know what I'm talking about, chat. That's not Jesse.
And I believe this guy's right. He hits it on the head. That is not the way. You know, that don't fit into the character's MO, fucking character, operating parameters, whatever you want to call it. So,
Thank you. Bullshit. You didn't. You watched it.
I popcorned it.
You popcorned. No, that's not Jesse. Jesse wouldn't say, "Yeah, Mr. White, science." No. Come on, bro. Bro. I don't know where he said the line, but I know he said the line.
Yes, science. Yeah, Mr. White. Yes, science.
That don't even sound right.
Yeah, Mr. White.
There's also the scene where he states, "Yeah, bitch, magnets," but it's not the same as people recall. There are even memes depicting him saying this, but the clip doesn't appear anywhere. Teenage Mutant
That don't
Ninja
even
Turtle
sound
characters.
right.
This one comes from open_car_.
man, that one there on the Power Ranger or the Turtles, man. I kind of remember it, but this is all fucking part of the programming, y'all. The great experiment, fucking, and the experiment is let's give these motherfuckers an illusion of freedom, build it up to where it is one of the greatest empires ever in history. Um, give them the illusion that their vote matters, that their voice matters, that the government is there to serve them instead of vice versa. Then enslave them all. Give them, acknowledge these God given rights. Then enslave them all and see, and not that, give them the Second Amendment, and all this other stuff. And start slowly taking this shit away and see how far we can take it before any of them as a community, uh, as a group, as ones that believe in the illusion of freedom and the words read on that paper that they claim are divine and acknowledge God's gifts. And then take it all away. See how far we can go, before, into taking it all away and still keep the worshipers at the altar of big government. So there's all that. Anyway, I'll be back momentarily. Oakery dokery, dead asses. Um, I think it's probably what we will do is Tuesday is I'm just gonna share my screen and we'll react. We would do reaction videos to some of these shots. That's just what we'll do. Everything like
A new study finds that despite women making less money than men, more single women in the U.S. own homes than single men, thanks to a phenomenon economists call divorce. Divorce. A new study finds
Eminem is back, the old Eminem, Houdini.
Abracadabra. Shut up.
Can people with cochlear implants?
Pack up your carpet. What the fuck is this mask?
Austin Powers.
Doc said Michael Myers.
This is Mike Myers.
It should be the Halloween mask.
This is a Halloween mask.
No, the killer dude from Halloween.
Oh, you mean Jason?
No. What the fuck is this mask?
This is just unacceptable. This is a 495-pound squat here. And this bar just snaps in half like a pretzel stick.
You ever had a person show you so much in every single way they can possibly show you that they would you care less about you? And eventually you go,
no, maybe, probably. Yeah, we're out of here.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? I love this old lady.
Spider-Man. That's fucking me. That's my fucking picture. My fucking face on his eyes. I'll fucking corporate. I'll find out who in the fuck's doing this shit. What the?
There is some chatter that's spread.
If you have a car, the worst thing you could do right now is pay for.
I want to give a special shout.
At what power level did you need to go billet block?
What we do is we fill the most.
A proposed bill in California would create an alert system for missing black women and kids. This is in addition to the alert system for missing white women and kids, the news. With mental health struggles on the rise, a proposed bill in California would create an alert system for missing black women and kids. This is in addition to the alert system for missing white women and kids, the news. With mental health struggles on the rise.
Listen to this. There is You can just throw those on in there. Pour that in, grab a pad out, set that down here just for a minute. You're going to dip him in wax, going to open it up. You're going to on that. There it is. This thing is all you need just to start your fire. It'll burn.
California has become the first state in the country to issue ebony alerts when a black child goes missing. Here with more on this is Colin Jost.
Victor Manuel Roca, a former U.S. ambassador, has been charged with spying for Cuba since 1981. And that's why Cuba is the unstoppable superpower they are today. And earlier today, Mike Pence officially ended his presidential campaign. He made the decision after he consulted with God, and God said, dude, you're embarrassing both of us.
U.S. officials are concerned. U.S. officials are concerned that Vladimir Putin is keeping military units.
They're coming and going out of here. They're coming and going out of here.
This here is a killer bee nation. And I've learned some new information on bees, especially in that part of the country, that's a bit unsettling. And I also learned, well, I guess I knew it, but didn't, because I've been here my entire life. I never looked at them as such. But all unmanaged hives in the Southwest Arizona, especially, and probably more, Texas, a lot of Texas, New Mexico, Southern California, all of their unmanaged beehives are 100% Africanized bees, or the hybrid, whatever you want to call them. They're killer bees. That's the reason the name of the channel being Killer Bee City, or Killer Bee Guy. And that honeybees are an invasive species, that they were brought to this country from Europe because they're called European honeybees. And that honeybees, are not native to North American continent. I haven't researched all that, but European bee, blah blah blah, I do have the understanding that bees were brought here from by the Europeans, colonists, whatnot. But I'd never thought of them being an invasive species, not till this channel. But anyway, they got some pretty wild content. Of course, they show their bee removals or hive removal and exterminations.
Here. Okay? They're kind of all over around here. Now we can get over here. Now the host has made it nicely accessible. Now, robber bees, oh yeah, they're definitely going up under there nicely, aren't they?
You want me to do this side too?
No, well, you can. I mean, well, there's no reason really, because we can just drill some more. Look at them all on top here.
See,
What the
this
hell?
is what I'm saying.
Robber behavior.
This is what I'm saying. I'm wondering.
Yep. Now, it's so dry, and like the sister Kathy was saying, it's so dry, and there's been no rain, and it's hotter than hell. And like I've been saying, these bees don't take a day off. I don't care if it's below freezing; they don't take a damn day off.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another reason we exterminate them, is they don't honor the Sabbath.
They're putting the bee back in Sabbath.
They're pagans.
They are definitely that. They're Viking pagans.
Yes.
We're gonna drill a few holes in these tires.
Okay.
Mainly this one on the bottom that has. They're coming and going out of here. Okay.
If you shave. What's to stop another planet from having a branch in its tree of life that looks nothing like us, but is supremely intelligent relative to us? Their intelligence to us might make us look like worms. jobs. The audacity of us to say, let's search for other intelligent life in the universe. That implies we're intelligent. You know what happened? Alien will come and say, oh, I heard there's interesting biodiversity on Earth. They go to their travel catalog. Let's go visit Earth. And they say, oh, there's this one species there. We hear they're dominant. They're called humans. Let's check them out. And they come down and say, wait a minute. They've drawn artificial lines in their continents, and you can't cross unless you have papers, and their people are killing one another because they worship different gods or no god.
Making friends with people from other countries is so crazy.
So this woman sued her job one.
This man is truly clever. He turned a broken soldering iron into a tool worth thousands. First, he took apart the old soldering iron and used tools to strip the wires. Only 2 wires were needed. He then reattached the wires to the soldering tip, put the handle and parts back together, and prepared a rechargeable battery. Using a knife, he removed the battery's protective layer, took out the carbon rod, and sharpened the tip with sandpaper. He attached the carbon rod to the soldering iron and added crocodile clips to both ends of the wires. Once the clips were in place, he connected another wire with larger clips. This completed the DIY welder. He tested it on a battery, and it worked great. Next, he tried it on a stainless steel blade and a large wire mesh. No issues at all. It's perfect for small household repairs. Make sure to wear insulated gloves for safety. How would you rate this simple welder?
You should believe in yourself the way crazy people.
Death trap. That's what I'd rate it as, is a death trap. How about you?
Believe in conspiracy theories. You should think good things are coming for you, even if the evidence for that is flimsy at best. I mean, there are people out there who legitimately believe the Earth.
Morning. I'm up here on the roof for a heat call. Classroom's complaining that it's pretty cold in there. Southwest coast of British Columbia, 3rd week of October, and there's already ice on the roof. Thermostat's calling for heat, and the fan is running on this unit, but it's just drawing in cold air from up here and sending it down to the classroom. I'm not getting any flashing error codes, but what I am seeing is a lot of scorching around that board down there. I'm going to try and jump it and see if it'll fire. It's not actually uncommon at this time of year when the weather starts to turn. It's really damp and humid up here, and the heaters haven't been asked to do much for a while, and now you're trying to get them to start up. It's actually not uncommon that they don't want to cooperate. You have to use all your senses. I caught a whiff of gas, and I heard it trying to ignite, but it wasn't firing, even though all the ingredients were there. So I'm checking the igniters. Well, it's no bueno. Sometimes you do all you can do, and it still doesn't work. If nothing else, at least I can tell our HVAC guy what's not working.
Would you like a black eye?
Bro, Richardson is, bro.
You won't do it again. Come on. Yeah.
Something ain't right, coach.
Not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
So this is the first Diddy phone call that we're getting out of him being in jail. But Diddy, he's a terrible person.
If you eat this plant, you can't taste alcohol. And we're going to see if it works using 190 proof Everclear. Even if this does work with the buzz button, please do not attempt doing this yourself. Because Everclear is basically like vodka's cousin that got locked up in prison 25 to life. First, let's try a sip of the Everclear out by itself. Oh, dear God, please help me. It tastes like I'm drinking battery acid. Now that that pain's over, we're going to take a bite of our buzz button and see if we can't taste the Everclear after. And what the buzz button does is it releases a natural alkaloid on your tongue that creates a tingly, numbing sensation. I can feel the buzz button in full effect. Let's see if this works. No. There's no sting. There's no sting. There's no bitterness. I can't taste it
That'd be dangerous. Oh.
at all. And please, for the love of everyone, do not send this to your degenerate friends.
I'm glad all you motherfuckers having fun on the internet. Meanwhile, we had drones flying over Langley just for like 17 days and another part of the country that nobody seems to know about. And North Korea has sent troops to fight with Russia and Ukraine. I'm just saying, y'all keep having fun.
You Garrett Randall?
Who wants to know?
You turn
Oh, he's smoking that unibit.
pull this cord! Pull that cord! And then this folds. Yep. And then hit that thing right there. Just boom. One hand, two hand, one hand. Window comes out. Oh. Press this little safety bar up. Window goes out right into there and locks. And then, oh, is that my truck bed I see? Kind of crazy on the EV. Kind of crazy. Multi-flex tailgate, rolling, and easy storage cover for your bed as well. This is the ultimate truck to take into a drive-in movie theater. Pull this cord!
Excuse me? I gotta call my Nissan.
For more than 75 years, we've strived to make a difference.
This guy's insanely amazing. Maintenance tips that repairmen will never tell you. If a connector breaks and the core is still inside, just grab 2 bolts to clamp the connector and use a screwdriver to hold the bolts. Twist it out with some force and it'll come out easily. If a rubber ring is too small, fold a rope in half, thread it through the ring, and pull from both sides. The ring will fit perfectly. Tired of screws falling in tight spaces? Stick the screw to the screwdriver with some tape to keep it in place while tightening. To prevent leaks with Teflon tape, twist the tape into a thin string and wrap it around the thread a few times. Then wrap flat tape over it. No leaks, even under high pressure. Melt a plastic bottle cap, place the damaged wire in the molten plastic, twist it, and let it solidify to fix the wire. Drill a hole in a wrench, thread a screw through, and now you've got an adjustable wrench that fits multiple nut sizes. Follow for more life hack tips.
Nice.
Does anyone in this picture look weird to you? Because for the past 14 years, the internet's been trying to figure out why one specific person.
This guy right here, wearing the modern day sunshades, a fucking printed shirt.
And looks like they don't belong here. The picture was taken in 1940, but took the internet by storm 70 years later, and it had people convinced that it was evidence of a real-life time traveler. Now, if you haven't guessed, it's this guy right here, and the idea that he's a time traveler hinges on 3 things that seem way too modern to be from 1940. His logo t-shirt, what looks to be a small portable camera in his hands, and the wraparound sunglasses. But in reality, this man was wearing a Montreal Maroons t-shirt, an NHL team that played from 1924 to 1938. What is most likely this Kodak camera, also available in 1940, and while wraparound sunglasses weren't widespread or common, they were available. So the time traveling hipster might not have been a time traveler after all. Does anyone in this picture?
If you're in Let's talk about the curious case of Super Mario Bros. 2. If you're wondering why this one feels so different, well, that's because it kinda is. In Japan, Super Mario Bros. 2 was released as a true sequel. Same graphics for the most part, same gameplay. It was a tough game, marketed in Japan as being for super players. But Nintendo of America deemed this game too difficult for us over here in the West. They didn't think it would sell. So Nintendo made a bit of a switcheroo. They took another Miyamoto game called Doki Doki Panic, reskinned the characters, and that became Super Mario 2 for the rest of us. Let's talk about the curious case of Super Mario Bros. 2. If you're wondering...
Rare Photos Part 41. Frozen blood from a patient with a rare blood attribute. A jaw-dropping view of lightning striking.
Fucking cool.
Office life before AutoCAD, when every detail was hand-drawn. A 1,400-year-old ginkgo tree in China turning golden this season. The Messinarina torquata, one of the world's largest flower beetles. Aerogel, the lightest solid on Earth, made of 99.9% air yet can hold 2,000 times its own weight. The Meteor, a compressed remnant of the World Trade Center on display at the 9/11 Museum. The delicate hand of a young orangutan. The Cosmoterus femoralis, an armored cricket from Cameroon. Radhakant Bajpai holds the record for longest ear hair, measuring 11 inches. This is an electric toaster from the 1920s. A shilling over 400 years old, featuring Queen Elizabeth I, was just dug up. The odds of a lobster being multicolored are 1 in 50 million, and here's one of those lucky lobsters. Japan has a library hotel where you can sleep in bookshelves. This will be every book lover's paradise. Rare Photos Part 41.
Even though I'm from a dwarf family, I won't be having a dwarf child.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
It's just really crazy to say out loud because I have no idea what that means. Like, I don't know what an average-sized family would even feel like. But if my parents are dwarves, why can't I pass it on?
Let me explain.
They're off.
I had a 75% chance of being a little person. Instead, I beat all the odds and I got to the finish line first. Thanks, Mom. Sorry, dwarves. So I got literally all the recessive genes. Dwarfism is a dominant gene, meaning this horse doesn't have any of these other horses' traits, so it can't pass down what it doesn't have. So that means I have the same odds as you to have a dwarf child, which is 0.004% chance.
The drill bits often break when working with heavy 100-ton canes, so they asked a skilled...
All right, Bruce, we discovered that platinum kryptonite gives humans Kryptonian powers, and your dumbass decided to touch it. Now, I can't have you running around with my kind of powers, so I had something whipped up. Gold kryptonite. Enough exposure to this and you'll be depowered for sure.
Yeah, it was nice while it lasted. I cleaned up Gotham in like 20 minutes.
I bet you did.
I used super speed in flight and threw all the criminals into the sun.
Bruce, what happened to your one rule about not taking lives?
I didn't take their lives, the vacuum of space did.
Oh my god.
If you listen closely, you can hear Joker's head go.
Okay, touch the damn rock now. Wait, there's just one more person I want to see before I lose these powers.
And who is that?
Oh, god damn it. What the fuck is this? Cow's milk? You all know I fucking hate this shit. God damn, where the fuck is Ashley? I will laser vision every single one of you goddamn... Great. Now the fucking gimp suit is here. All right, Bruce.
Historical photos you probably have never seen before. Part 29. Daily life of Pablo Picasso in his studio. 1950 to 1960. Masks of Gustav Mahler. 1860 to 1911. Selena wearing black denim pants, a black leather vest, a pink shirt, and pink boots for a Coca-Cola ad. 1994. The wrestler famously known as the Eighth Wonder of the World. 1979. A young Arnold Schwarzenegger in his physical prime. 1960 to 1980. Brigitte Bardot in her youthful and captivating prime. 1950 to 1960. Newsboys eagerly waiting for the baseball edition at a newspaper office in a rough environment. Indianapolis, Indiana. 1908. Former Iraqi President Saddam Hussein after capture. 2003. Historical.
Here's why fast food hits different. So McDonald's Sprite tastes amazing because they use a high syrup to carbonated water ratio, resulting in a sweeter and stronger version of Sprite. They also have a high-end filtration system, so the Sprite concentrate is mixed with bottled water quality water. Also, the diameter of the straws is slightly larger than at any other chain, letting more sweetener hit your tongue. The reason Five Guys is the best burger joint is because their burgers are never frozen and thoroughly inspected for quality. The secret to their fries, they cook them in peanut oil. The secret to McDonald's fries, though, is their oil is laced with beef fat flavoring. The secret to Popeye's chicken is using large amounts of MSG to optimize that umami taste, and Subway actually uses sugar in its bread to taste better, which interestingly disqualifies them from being called bread in certain countries. And lastly, the secret that makes Chipotle's meat stand above the rest is it's just really good. Here's why fast
This man does something unbelievable using eggshells, and watch to see what it will look like in the dark, because the result will amaze you. He uses tiny, specialized tools to cut into the shell without breaking it, because even a single mistake could ruin the entire progress. Watch as he carefully polishes the surface to create intricate designs on the egg. And this is not all, because he's going to make even smaller pieces and combine them all together to create something unexpected. He decorates the pieces with the same beautiful designs, and this last piece will be the most impressive of all, as he shapes it like a flower. And now watch closely what will happen when he puts another egg on this stand he made and turns off the lights. Rate this from 1 to 10. This man does something unbelievable using eggshell.
The N-word is a tricky word, you know?
No, it ain't there.
I told a joke about the N-word at another show. The crowd got real quiet like it just did. I felt bad, so I tried to do crowd work to loosen them up, make them have fun again. And it worked. People started having a good time. They forgot what I was talking about. I forgot what I was talking about. So when I want to finish the joke, I go, what was I just talking about? And this white lady in the back yells out, niggers! You laugh at that shit, but that other audience did not. They were horrified. They all gasped. They're like, hit her, hit her. I'm not going to hit her. She's 100% correct. That's exactly what I was talking about. It's not like I said, yeah, so me and my friends were playing basketball. What was I just talking about? Niggers. It wasn't that. It was also the way she said it, too, because she wasn't like, niggers. She was like, niggers. Oh, God. Like, she's scared of someone. She clearly wasn't being racist. She just wanted to hit a punchline.
In the early days of the Famicom, games could only hold up to 40.
Well, let's go back to that one on in the word. You know, this guy hit it. It's all in the there on the person, and everybody's like, "Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that." Well, you can't say that. You can't say honky. You can't say cracker. You can't say white devil. You can't say Indian, feather, or dot. You can't say Mexican. You can't say Spanish. No, just plain and simple. One racial slur is no different than the other, and you know, they all come from a place of ignorance, hate, judgment. But the actual words, when they were brought about, or when a certain ethnic group of the same race, you know, they're bestowed one to the other for whatever reasons. But most of them are rooted in some truths. Just like fucking, what they call it, stereotypes. Well, no stereotyping here. Well, bullshit. Well, stereotyping racist. Not necessarily. No, no more than, no more than anything else. It's born in hate and judgment. I'm saying everybody in the South is done redneck inbred. Isn't that racism? Southerners and Northern, you know, Yankees are different people, different species. The same species, just different ethnic classes. You know, however you want to say it. But 1 to 1 and 2 to 2 is, you know. But anyway, that's my take on that. I mean, I don't use word anymore. And all of my pigment successful brethren roaming this planet use, you know, any other words is honky or cracker or whitey or, you know, so that's just me. So whatever.
In the
These are some living relatives of historical figures. So Hitler has 5 surviving members of his family, with 2 living in Austria.
Now, the funny thing about that is I understand that all living relatives, descendants, have all agreed not to sire children or to have children, and to do that. So, to wipe, all record of him off of the fucking planet. So, that's pretty cool.
And 3 in New York, and they've actually all made a pact to ensure that they're the last in their bloodline, unlike Mussolini, who has a granddaughter named Alessandra, who currently serves as a member of the European Parliament and has even posed for Playboy. Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr's descendants are actually boating buddies and canoe club members, despite their family's history of dueling. Similarly, Harry Truman's grandson and Hideki Toho's great-grandson have squashed their differences after the nuclear fallout in World War II, and they're looking to do nonprofit work together. Joseph Stalin's granddaughter is now very American and lives in Oregon, practicing Buddhism with tattoos and an affinity for guns. Albert Einstein has a great-grandson named Thomas, who ended up being a doctor and a scientist of his own, while Christopher Columbus's 18th great-grandson, Cristobal Colon, is actually a commander of a naval vessel in the Spanish Navy. Runs in the blood. And finally, Confucius has a 76th generation descendant named Kong Ling Ho, who is actually one of the greatest table tennis players to ever exist. Pretty cool, right? These are some living relatives.
So, I guess I'll be back in a little bit. Going on break. Nah, fuck it.